Did he catch it? Damn. Definitely caught it. That's rough. You know why it's rough? Because it always feels like you probably didn't need all of it at once. Probably didn't need all of it at once, which that's what makes it rough. That's what makes it rough. You probably didn't need it. You know. Damn. Damn. So rough way to lose it. Had an opportunity there. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I know y'all coming over from a disappointing loss. We was right there, though. We was right there. Make sure we hit the likes, man. That's rough. That's a rough way to do it. You know, I just feel like we probably didn't need that. Probably didn't need to take that shot right there. Driving to work, how did it end? Josh, we threw an interception. O'Connell threw a pick to end the game. Not going to lie, we held a number one offense. I thought the defense played great. I thought the defense played very well. No, I don't really have anything negative to say about the defense. I'm gonna tell you what the real issue is, though. Not the overall issue. I'm gonna tell you what we lost the game today, and everybody will look at the last play of the game. But in reality, we lost when they decided to play it safe before halftime. In my opinion. Is AOC the future? I don't know if he's the future. I think every year you reevaluate the quarterback position. I like what he's doing. I like what he's done. I mean, he misses some throws. He holds the ball a little too long, but he's a rookie, so I'm not going to sit here and kill him. I mean, let's be real. I mean, he's done stuff that Derek Carr was doing, right? And Derek Carr wasn't a rookie. So if I was giving Derek Carr a pass on certain things, you got to give a rookie a pass on certain things. But I really believe that drive before the half when you get the ball down there and you're content with going for a field goal instead of trying to, put your foot on their neck. I think that comes back to haunt you, right? Comes back to haunt you a bit. I don't think you can blame one person for the game, right? I mean, I think you got to think, man, when it comes to play calling, like you could blame one guy, like he's the guy calling the plays, but in reality, people agree on the plays. Like people agree on, okay, this is the situation, this is the probabilities, this is what kind of defense you might get a look on and stuff like that. So it's more than, you don't just blame one person. Right, you don't blame one person. Anthony, appreciate the super. Defense gave the offense so many chances to take control of this game, and they failed every time. Can't be mad at the defense. They played their hearts out. I agree. I think, look, holding Miami to 20 points is probably more than you can ask for. I think the defense overachieved and the offense underachieved today. You know what I'm saying? I thought the play calling was a little more conservative than it's been. But at the same time, you got to realize you're playing against a defense that's really fast, really good up front. Hell of a secondary when you talk about Ramsey and Howard back there. So I think you have to call the game and kind of take what they're giving you. And you can't really force too much. I think AOC is a rookie, right? You have to be careful. You can't put so much on his plate and expect him to be able to do what other quarterbacks can do, right? Like they were switching the coverages, they were giving them different looks. I thought AOC played okay, but what do you think he's going to be able to do in those situations? Like he's playing against one of the upper echelon teams in the NFL, right? He's still a rookie. You're dealing with a rookie head coach. You're dealing with a play caller that's still trying to find an identity, still trying to figure out the nuances of the offense, what we can do, what we can't do. I think they see them in practice, right? Like they see the team in practice. So they know what they can't do. So you can't expect them to get in games and run the plays we think they should run. Like they know how limited they are and what they can and can't do. So I think You have to keep that in mind too when you're trying to have expectations on that offense. Thank God we didn't lose by 50. Nah, I thought we played well. I mean, we were what, 15 and a half point dogs. So I thought it was a very respectable showing. Back to earth, Raider fans. Next week, another loss to come. I mean, I don't think anybody was really judging our success at this point on wins and losses. I think it's about how we show up and how we play. Like, AP got those boys playing. Period. Defensively, they're playing. And you would assume defense is going to... Look. When we had a veteran quarterback, our defense was trash, right? Because they had the young pieces. They had the pieces you're trying to fit together with the guys who we had on that side of the ball. Now that the defense kind of figured out what they need to do, you're offensively going to take a step back because you have a rookie quarterback now, right? You have a guy who wasn't taking a lot of reps in the summer, a lot of reps in camp and stuff like that. Now he's the guy. You're missing some linemen. You're missing some cohesiveness there on the offensive line. So you have to understand, like, now our defense looks formidable, but now your offense is going to take a step back because you're just dealing with, the nuances of how football teams are made. O-line took a crap today. Yeah, Everett. O-line wasn't great. O-line wasn't great. Anthony, hey Raider Honcho, yeah, great game. Yeah, of course, disappointing loss, but we definitely battled with this team. Shout out to our defense again. Yeah, I think our defense is playing well. I don't think anybody can really blame the defense. Defense is playing well. Even at the end of the game, they got the stop. They got the 3 and out they needed. You know what I'm saying? Dragon, what's up with it? They got the stops they needed and gave us plenty of chances to score points, and we didn't get the job done. Period. You can blame who you want to blame, but that's just the facts of the matter. Just didn't get the job done. It's a good game, though. Wasn't expecting us to win. We held the team to 20. Jesse, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you don't want to have any moral victories. Like, we ain't worried about moral victories or, well, we did good. We didn't win, but we played good. But in reality, that's how you kind of have to look at it because it's a team that was 3-5, sputtering out of control, spiraling into the bottom depths of the NFL. And, we look formidable now. We look like a team that can compete. We competed with a team today that was supposed to be one of the top teams in the NFL with a lot of speed, a lot of different offensive weapons. Defense is stout. And we didn't get blown out of the water. So I think you got to take, baby steps. You got to crawl before you walk. So I was not satisfied, but I was impressed with the way the team handled themselves today. Especially on a road trip playing at what seems to be 10 a.m. for them, right? Is that what it is? Something like that. 1 o'clock game was like 10 a.m. So, yeah. O-line can't open holes, man. JJ can only do so much. Yeah. I mean, a running back is really only as good as his O-line, unless you're Barry Sanders. But outside of that, especially if you're running zone or running any type of power schemes where you got guards pulling and stuff like that, you got to be able to create some type of alleys for running backs. You just have to. O-line definitely lost this game. I mean, I think we ran one too many screen passes to the wide receivers, honestly. That wasn't great. Honcho, it was a damn good showing. We didn't get blown out. What you expected, rookie quarterback, rookie coach, line is banged up. I think they should have let AOC loose more, do more, throw more. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not, I really don't have any complaints. I mean, my expectations were, first of all, let's be fair. My expectations wasn't that damn high of the team before the season started, let alone before we fire a head coach and replace a starting quarterback, right? So at the end of the day, like, my expectations weren't high for the season, let alone high for this game. I thought we did very well. Make sure if you're in the building, man, you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho, Blue Jack Poppy, and also make sure you hit the like, show. We got 251 in the building, 67 likes. Make sure you run them likes for me. Seems like the offense was looking ahead to Chiefs game. Nah, I don't think so. Look, styles make fights. Like, what the Jets defense presented to us isn't the same thing that the Dolphins defense presented. So, you build a game plan during the week, and then you go out there and try to execute the game plan. I hate to break it to you, but the whole thing of adjustments at halftime and stuff like that, it's really blown out of proportion. You get a 15-minute halftime. How many adjustments are you going to make? Like, you can't change the game plan at that point. You might have a couple wrinkles in there for something they're showing you, but at the end of the day, if you practice all week for this to be your game plan, you kind of got to live and die by that game plan, and that's just how it goes. So I guess the game plan was to try to be a little conservative for some reason, and that's what they were. And you got to remember, AOC, he's a rookie. He's just a rookie, man. Like he's in a situation that is rather tough, right? He's a rookie quarterback. You got a rookie head coach. You got a play caller who's damn near a rookie, in my opinion, at least with this team. Like he's calling plays for the first time. And the Dolphins are more talented than us across the board. So, I mean, we're really up against it. And for us to have that type of game, I mean, look, it is what it is. But I do think that the game was won and lost, in my opinion, on that drive before halftime. So, that's that. Play calling at the end of the half was such. Yeah, Dakota, you're right. I agree. 100%. Our defense has been playing good lately. Yeah, our defense, I feel like our defense benefited from the fact that we played two really bad offenses in the Jets and the Giants. So today I was like, all right, we're really going to see what the defense looks like. But I think the defense looked really good today. When Peyton Manning was a rookie, he threw insurmountable amounts of picks, I guess that is. Yeah. I'm not worried about AOC. First of all, I'm not here to tell you AOC is the future of the franchise. Like, I'm not here to say that. I think there's college quarterbacks that would start over him right now. So I'm not saying that. But he's serviceable for now. For the situation we're in, he's serviceable. Herman, that's wild. Rookie, so who is Stroud's? He's a rookie. He's having success. Loyal to the soil. I mean, I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that you can just play terrible and then get the excuse of you're being a rookie. What I'm saying is, first of all, I think Stroud was picked way higher than AOC, which means his talent level was way higher than AOC. I think he's been the starting quarterback since very early in the season, if not day one. So I just think that when you talk about the experiences, it's going to be a little bit different. The expectation is going to be a little bit different. You do not think the quarterback that's picked in the first two picks is going to be on the same grading scale or curve as somebody that was picked in the fourth round. Like, what are we talking about? We're talking about a fourth round freaking quarterback out here starting on a team that doesn't have a great offensive line and doesn't have a great running game. And you're talking about Stroud, who was, to me, by far the best quarterback in the entire draft. Damn, Honcho, you have patience for some of these dummies up in here. I mean, I don't. It doesn't bother me. But I just think that's just weird comparing AOC being a rookie to saying, well, Stroud's a rookie and he's doing well. Well, Stroud's better, like, obviously. Like, they're not both the same. Like, one's better than the other one. Bro, we needed to capitalize on those turnovers. Absolutely. If you turn the ball over, when you give your offense extra possessions, because think about the normal possessions, right? Is a kickoff or a punt or something like that. So when you give them extra possessions, 2 or 3 coming from turnovers, they have to score points, and it can't be 3. They have to score points. Put Jimmy G in with AP running this team and how the defense is playing good. I don't know what you're saying, loyal to the soil. I don't know if you've been drinking. I don't know if you're off that Ciroc right now, but you got to give me something easier to read than that. So it's C.J. Stroud. We know C.J. Stroud is a rookie, man, but he's better. What are you talking about? He's a better quarterback. Like, what? Why are you, like, what are we talking about? I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, if you want to argue, we can argue, but give me something better to argue. We know they're both rookies. But Jimmy G had a chance. He still might be leading the NFL in interceptions, and he ain't played in 3 weeks. I don't know what Loyal to the Soil is saying. I don't know what the hell he's saying. Gonna be much different after the bye week. I think it's gonna be you're gonna get better every week. Like, the play callers are finding their identity. Like, it's not as easy as I have Davante Adams, so I should be able to just draw up all these magical plays. Like, it doesn't work like that. I know that a lot of guys sit at home and you watch the TV and you think you can yell stuff at the screen. First of all, you're seeing the field from a different vision than the quarterbacks are, so you're going to see people open. They're not going to see. Quarterbacks also have certain reads they have to make, and if you're on your first and second read, you don't have the time to go to your third and fourth read, which we see people running open. They don't see those guys because that's not part of their reads, right? That's not part of their progressions. It's the same thing with the play calling. Yeah, it's easy to say after a play doesn't work what play they should have did, but in reality, you're really guessing. So if I'm calling an offense, right, I'm guessing what the defense is going to do right now. And if I'm giving you 2 plays, then the quarterback is guessing what the defense is doing based on how they're lined up, right? So if I see too high safety, I'm going to think it's cover 2 or cover 4. But then as I'm getting through my cadence, they start bringing the safety down. I'm thinking it's cover 1 or cover 3. So when you're watching it on TV after the play doesn't work, it's so easy to say what they should have done because you're seeing the play finalize itself in front of you, right? Like you're seeing the play being played in front of you. But when you're calling the play, you're trying to call what you think is going to work best for that situation against that defense. So the play calling gets better as you do it more, right? Like if you're a defensive coordinator for the first time, you might think you can just blitz every single play. And then you realize there's certain times when you call blitzes, certain times you don't, certain downs, certain personnel packages. So we can't sit here and just think that they're going to have it all figured out on the first day. Dragon, appreciate the super. I love the fight from the defense today. We should have won this game, beat ourselves today. I mean, yeah, I agree in terms of like we didn't capitalize on the situations we had. We definitely had plenty of opportunities to put more points on the board, and we just didn't get it done. He got to climb the pocket better. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. But you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is at this point. Jim Harbaugh, I've been trying to tell you, I think Jim Harbaugh is going to be the Raiders coach. I said that last year. I said I just have a feeling Jim Harbaugh is going to be the Raiders coach. I still feel like that. I feel like I like AP, but I just don't know, like, you know, at the end of the day, I don't, like, let's be fair. I don't know if AP's running the team or Davante Adams is running the team at this point. Like, it looked like the players just do whatever the hell they want. He's just over there like, all right. Like, he's like that cool substitute teacher. Like, he ain't going to let you do nothing too crazy, but he going to let you do way more than your regular teacher does, right? And in reality, when you have a substitute teacher, the substitute don't really control the class. The most popular kid in the class does. So if the most popular kid in the class respects the substitute teacher, everybody else in the class will too. So I think Davante Adams being the most popular guy in the locker room, Max Crosby, the same. I think them respecting AP is allowing the team to galvanize around him. But in reality, I don't know if AP is running the team or the players are. It looks crazy in those locker rooms. Looks crazy out there. Which QB do you think Raiders pick in next year's draft, Honcho, that suits the Raiders system? I think in reality, where we're going to be picking, I don't know if there's a quarterback. You know, I don't know what type of quarterback, what they're going to be looking for. I don't know who's going to be the offensive coordinator. I don't know. You know, I just don't know who's going to be there and who's not going to be there. So I don't know what system they're going to try to run. But it wouldn't surprise me to see the Raiders stay with AOC and go draft offensive linemen. Go build that offensive line up. Because why would you bring a rookie quarterback in to play behind an offensive line that's not protecting now? If we had an elite quarterback, we would have won. These are the same arguments y'all was having when Derek Carr was there. Every team who loses can say that. If we had an elite quarterback, we would have won. Well, Tua's not an elite quarterback, and they won. So, like, only like 2 teams have elite quarterbacks. The other quarterbacks are just really good. And then there's some that are par, and there's some that are subpar. So you didn't need an elite quarterback to win this game. You just needed to make more plays. Wherever position that came from, right? You needed to make more plays. You could say if you had an elite offensive line, you win this game. Right? If you had an elite defense, you wouldn't have gave up 20. But it just doesn't work like that. You're not going to be elite across the board. You got to make plays. What's the problem, Hans? The problem with what? The team? We ain't got that many good players. Like, let's be real. We don't have top to bottom talent stacked to compete with the upper echelon teams in the NFL. That's the problem. And you do have enough talent to win games, but that talent hasn't gelled properly yet. Right? Like, they haven't gelled properly. Like, AOC missed a couple throws to Davante today, right? Like, you would anticipate that not happening with a QB who's played with him a little more. Not being able to sustain a running game is going to be an issue, especially for a rookie quarterback, a young quarterback, any quarterback. Any quarterback in the NFL will struggle if you don't have a running game. And right now, the Raiders can't really run the ball. Offense is looking dreadful. I mean, y'all was praising the offense against them sorry-ass Giants. I tried to told y'all, look now, we got to pump our brakes. We got to be realistic about this. Can the talent be developed or does it have to be acquired? That's a great question. I think a certain level of talent you can take from good to great, but you got to have good talent to be great talent. You're not going to take somebody who's just regular and say you're going to be great. Like, I don't think I think the Raiders don't have enough good talent at the positions you need. Like, that offensive line doesn't have enough guys to be a solid unit. Like, it's just not enough. Manny Fresh, yeah, you can't miss Adams if he's open. You missed him. He missed him. Should the Raiders make an offer for Justin Fields if Chicago moves on? No, I don't think so. I think quarterbacks like Justin Fields handcuff you to playing a certain style of offense that might not be necessarily conducive to winning long term. I think short term you might have success with a quarterback like that, but I think long term it's not gonna be enough. You need a quarterback who can push the ball down the field. You need a smart quarterback. You need a quarterback who knows when to throw the ball away, where he can throw the ball away. He has to know all the ins and outs of the offense better than the defense knows it. And so right now, like AOC is like, if AOC was in his second year, he'd be way better. Because he already has accuracy, he already has arm strength, he already has that moxie of he doesn't let a bad play kind of poison his next possessions. So he has the right qualities to be a good quarterback. He just needs more time on task. I don't know how some of y'all, maybe not y'all in this chat, but I don't know how some people expect a guy to just be a bench player and come into the NFL and be a starting quarterback and say, well, he should have never missed that throw. Like, man, listen, if you went into your driveway right now, you would barely hit any targets, right? Because you're not being trained to do so. So when you're the backup quarterback, you're not being trained the same as a starting quarterback. I don't care what position that is. Like, I coach high school football. Man, them backup quarterbacks don't get a damn play. They don't do nothing at practice. They just snap the ball to the starting quarterback. That's literally all they do. Can you check to see what time the Walgreens pharmacy closes on Sunday? It might already be closed. If it's 6, then yeah, we're good. But if it's not, we need a draft for the trenches of both sides. That's what I'm saying. I think you have to build up these defensive and offensive lines, which I've been saying already for the last 2 years. So in my opinion, I don't know if you go draft a quarterback. Was that an INT at the end? Yeah. Yeah, it did. It looked like an interception to me. Shit. They called it one. They think that because they play Madden. Yeah, it's tough, man. Dodge City, appreciate the Superman. Thank you so much. We definitely need to address the O-line in the draft. Well, O-line and interior defensive line. I like the way our defensive line has been playing as of late, but I don't know if it's sustainable. Getting Hunter Renfrow involved more would have helped the change. Yeah, you know what I think AOC... Damn, King. Shit. I think part of the problem with AOC is, like, he bites off more than he can chew. He likes the deep ball. He likes to throw the ball downfield. And I think sometimes you got to be able to check it down. We need a legit cornerback. Yeah, we do. We need a more consistent quarterback. Christopher, appreciate the super. Yo, you got to stop hitting the table with your bag or whatever it is you're hitting it with. Like, Christopher, appreciate the super. Did our OC pull a McDaniels today? It's hard, man. I think we don't know what kind of conversations they had with the staff and the coaches before the game and said, look, this is what we want the game plan to be. This is where we can attack them. I'm not really sure of that. I do think he was way more conservative today than he needs to be. I feel like the Raiders should be playing with house money and say, look, we're going all out. All gas, no brakes. We don't got nothing to lose. We're not projected to make the playoffs. We got first-year people all over the place. I would just be playing like I don't even care. But that's me. I can't take that opinion as a fan and think that that's how professional coaches are going to treat the team. And I think that's what some of us in the chat and some of us in Raider Nation don't do, is we don't realize that we're thinking from a fan perspective, somebody whose job isn't on the line, somebody who's not feeding their family through this, somebody who's not actually watching film, somebody that's not putting a game plan together, is that it's very easy to tell somebody what they should have done than it is to just go out there and be proactively doing those things successfully. That's why the good coaches are the good coaches, because they're the ones that can come in here and have a game plan that works from jump and not have second guesses on everything. If Jim Harbaugh gets the job, he's definitely drafting a QB. I don't know that. He might like AOC. He done seen him play. He done played against him. He might like him. Bruh has no accuracy, overthrowing DA more. Well, I'm telling you, man, y'all don't believe me. I think Davante Adams is the hardest receiver to throw to, because he don't run. But he look like he running. But he never catch up. Like, I don't understand, like, I think he's the hardest receiver to throw to, because I feel like it's not an accuracy thing. I think it's a timing thing. I think it's a timing thing with Davante Adams. And I think Derek Carr had the timing down perfectly. That's why he was able to throw him the ball all the time. Aaron Rodgers had the timing down. If you don't remember Davante Adams, his first year, all he did was drop every pass. So it ain't like he's been this world-famous star-studded receiver his whole career. He was really brutally dropping passes beginning. He put the work in with Aaron Rodgers. They got on the same page. Derek Carr was on the same page with him. I think it's a timing thing. He's ready to get the ball out of his hands, and Davante is still walking at the line of scrimmage. And it's like, damn, I got to throw it, bro. You better catch up. But he don't got that top-end speed. So I think, to me, the AOC thing is not about his accuracy, because he looked pretty accurate throwing it to Hunter Renfrow. He looked accurate throwing it to Mayer. He looks accurate throwing it to Myers. He looks accurate throwing it to Tucker. He just looks inaccurate throwing it to DA, because I just think it's a timing thing. He shouldn't have thrown that deep ball in the double coverage in the end zone. This is the thing, though. This is the thing. Y'all was praising him when he threw it in the triple coverage and scored a touchdown. That's the thing, is that, everybody wants it both ways. The same guy that you was praising for throwing it into triple coverage and it being a touchdown is the same guy who's going to throw it in the double coverage to end the game. You got to take the good in the bad, right? You pray for the rain. You got to be prepared for the mud. That's what it comes to. That's what it comes down to. And he's going to learn from it. You might as well learn it now. When it don't matter. Because I know y'all want it to matter. The season don't matter. Because even if we get to the playoffs, we don't have the type of win who could do the type of team that could do anything in the playoffs yet. I hate Marcus Peters. I told y'all about Marcus Peters. Go to the page, man. Go to my YouTube page. Look at the video. I tried to tell y'all. Marcus Peters is not what y'all think he is. He's not. And Marcus Peters will pull up on you, so I ain't trying to get disrespectful. I'm just talking about in terms of production. He's not what he used to be, okay? I don't want no Damon Arnett. I will real deal kill you. I don't want none of that. I'm just saying Peters is not as good as he was. Peters is not our best cornerback on the team. But Peters, if you see this, for any reason, if you fall into the rabbit hole of YouTube and you see me, trust me, I don't want no smoke. I'm just telling you, you ain't what you used to be. If that ball goes to Davante, I have no problem. Which one? The double coverage? Get the strap, Honcho. We're going to need it. Yeah, I feel like as soon as you mention Marcus Peters, you need to get the strap. Marcus Peters don't hit nobody on the field. But off the field, I'm telling you right now, I can tell. Was Jack Jones active? I don't think so. But yeah, I think we got to be patient. And I know that y'all always think, and this is the thing, y'all used to think I was caping for Carr when I would say whatever I was saying in defense of Carr, right? And now we're caping for AOC, right? Because I'm giving him a pass because he's a rookie thrown into a situation. I don't care if he has Davante. I don't care if he has Josh Jacobs. Those guys weren't playing extremely well before he got there. So it ain't like you just plugged him into an opportunity where everything's playing great. Right? Like if you're a backup quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys and everything's working, defense is working, CeeDee Lamb is cooking, your running game is good, O-line is good, and then you go in there and just do what AOC did, then it's a different conversation. But I think that, I just feel like for what he's been thrown into, you can't have the high expectations that some people have. That was Jack that got the penalty? I thought that was Bennett. I want Penix. I think Penix is the best quarterback in college football. And then Shador is the second best. And then Caleb Williams. And then Drake. Call me biased if you want. I think Shador is the truth. I think he is the truth. Oh, he got an offsetting penalty going at it with an O-line. Oh, come on, Jack. Come on, Jack. It was Bennett. That was a different penalty I was thinking of then. I'm not even mad we lost because I knew it was going to happen, but I'm happy we at least put up a fight. And I totally agree with you about AOC. I think it's more of a timing issue rather than, I'm assuming you're going to say accuracy. Oh, there it is, accuracy. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And I'm only speaking because in my very limited time of being a good football player, I played quarterback. And when my number one receivers got injured, and I had one season where like they all got hurt at the same time, and I was throwing the backup guys, all of a sudden I looked like a worse quarterback because I would be underthrowing them, overthrowing them, and it was really because I didn't have the timing with those guys. Like the first thing you learn when you play quarterback is know who you're throwing it to. And that's because if you could throw a slant to 5 different guys, and you're going to throw it to 5 different spots. You're going to have 5 different arm slots, 5 different arm angles where you're going to release the ball to throw those same slants, the same yardage. You have to throw it 5 different ways to throw to 5 different guys. And I think for AOC is that the way he throws the ball to everybody else is not the way he can throw the ball to Davante. And I think Derek Carr learned that really early. That's why he always just threw it to Davante. Because the way he was throwing it to Davante, he might not be able to throw to Waller or anybody else. He had it figured out. I also think that Derek Carr is obviously way better than AOC at this point, right? Where Derek Carr was when he left, he's way better than AOC is right now. And, he had better accuracy. But when it comes to AOC, I think it's more of a timing issue. Can AOC run or not? AOC don't look like he can run. I don't want him to run. It looks painful for him to just smile. Something about him don't look right to me. I don't know what it is. He just don't look like he could be the face of the franchise, literally. Like, the face. Like, something in his face don't look right. I don't know if he can run. I don't know what he can do. You're right, Davante could have got both throws. Yeah, maybe. QB from LSU. I like the QB from LSU. What's his name? Daniels? What's QB from LSU last name? Daniels? I think so. He's a problem. Yeah. He's a problem. Black one? It's the stash. Is it his mustache that's bothering me? Mm-hmm. You think so? I hate his chin strap, too. I don't know. It looked like he got hoagie bread on his chin strap. It's a different color in it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that is. I'm not saying Jimmy G is it, but Aiden gonna lose his confidence. And I'm loyal to the soil. What are you over here complaining about? Talking about Jimmy G? We don't need to see. Look, all right. To be fair, when we played the Jets, I thought Jimmy G should have won it because I was like, I think Jimmy G with this type of defense, you've seen it before. He might have had a little more success, but I understood why they didn't go that route. But at this point, you got to roll with AOC. Dodge City, appreciate the super. Marcus P is a buster. He's making Oakland look bad on. All right, bro. Yo, look. You called him a buster, not me, but I ain't never gonna run into Marcus Peters. Chin strap, got bunion cushions. Yo, do you see what I'm saying? Like, something wrong with his chin strap. It's something about his whole setup, man. I'm not. And it's that he's wearing number 4. I don't like it. AC looks like every time he moves, he's in pain. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like his back, like something don't look right. It don't look right, yo. Something don't look right. I'm sorry. Peters is soft. All right, y'all attacking him. Well, no, he just don't like contact on the football field. He's a corner. Joseph said, I'm not mad at the game. I don't think you could be mad at that game. We were 15.5-point underdogs, and we came out there and lost by a touchdown and had the ball last and had an opportunity. We were moving it. So, AOC needs a different number. I agree. I feel like McDaniels gave him that number just to irk people, and it worked. But now he don't have no work, so, we should change his number. Give him something else. Team kept fighting. Yeah, I think the defense is our backbone of the team, which is so crazy to think, right? Like, the defense is the backbone of the team right now. But they are. Marcus Peters avoids contact like Darren Waller. I just think Marcus Peters is always in a position where he's not moving, and I think at cornerback that's the what makes it hard is that he's probably just standing still and watching a guy bigger than him run full speed at him, and he's like, shit. I'm just going to slide to the left and try to strip him. Like, that's what he going to do. We should have won. The better team won. I think so. I think the better team won. They made the plays they needed to make. Even after all those turnovers, they still made the plays they needed to win the game. Make sure you hit the likes, yo. Make sure you hit them likes. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Both are at Raider Hunt Show. Defense did great, especially for being the lowest paid. Yeah, I don't really believe in none of that. Like, I understand that the defense gets paid less than the offense, so the offense should, in theory, play better than the defense, but it don't work like that. That's not how it works. If you're better, you're just better, no matter what the price is, right? Just same way if you play varsity football and you're a sophomore and somebody's a senior. You don't, at that point, when you're on varsity, you don't say, You should be playing at him better than him because he's only a sophomore. It's like, yeah, but he's good enough to be here with us. So at the end of the day, they're NFL players, and you got to find a way to get what you can get out of them. That comes down to the coaches. I do agree in terms of we don't have the talent, like the high-end talent, but there's enough talent on that defense to play well. So them playing well is not a surprise. Big Al, salute Honcho. You think we beat KC next week? No. I don't think we beat KC, but, ask me again in like a few days. I don't know. Because you know what? KC plays weird, man. KC plays weird. Sometimes they play down. Sometimes they don't seem to be excited for games. And if you catch them early and punch them in the mouth, you have a shot. But Manny Fresh, peace out, man. Appreciate you. Dodge, appreciate the super. It's tough to tell. Like, you want to feel like you have a chance to beat the Chiefs because they're just a football team like we are, but they got pieces all over the place. And they're coming off a bye today, so they got a lot of extra time to kind of prepare for us. So we'll see. KC is not as good this season, I agree, but the Raiders, I don't know, man. I feel like offensively we got to start clicking to beat teams like that. And right now we're not clicking, right? Even in the wins we had, it was more about who we were playing than how we were playing, in my opinion. So we gotta tighten up. Charm City, what's up with it, my boy? We gotta tighten up a little bit in order to beat those type of teams, in my opinion. But if we get rolling, if we get something going early in that game and we find something in the run game, Jacobs does what he needs to do and we can get the ball out quickly and protect AOC. We got to get rid of these long developing routes downfield. I just don't think he's going to have the time to hit those. Play calling was not good in the second half. Yeah, I agree. But again, is it the play? Some of the play calling is bad and then some of the execution is bad. So it's kind of both. But yo, I'm about to get up out of here. Yo, I'm gonna give y'all a couple more minutes because we got the slate of the afternoon games is on. Plus, I gotta make a move across the street real quick. So if you got any questions, man, get the questions in. I know I ain't been on YouTube in like a week, but I got mad stuff going on, yo. Mad basketball tryouts. It's hard to find the energy. Prime time, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I think we played over aggressive this game. I think we could won if we kicked field goals at red zone. The defense was getting stops. Yeah, but we didn't play overly aggressive the last drive of the first half. I think Aiden O'Connell played overly aggressive. He could have took some stuff underneath. Chiefs play Philly tomorrow night. They'll be coming off a short week when we play them. That's a good point. But they just had a bye week, so they're probably already preparing. Honestly. Probably already preparing for us. And it's the Raiders. They're already gonna come out with some extra sauce, so you know how that go. All the play callers and coaches are new too, so there's gonna be growing pains. That's what I said earlier in the live. I just think that we gotta be patient, man. I know it's hard. We've been through so much. We've been through so much bad football. But even today with this loss, it wasn't bad football being played. Yeah, we had some moments where we left some things out there, but it wasn't all in all just bad football. We looked formidable. We looked like an actual football team out there. So that's what we gotta be kind of content with at this point. O-line is trash. Play calling takes too long. Number 4 was too aggressive. I agree with all that. That's exactly what I said. The O-line wasn't great. I thought the play calling is that we're doing too much stuff downfield. You don't have anybody to take the top off the defense except Tucker. He don't even be in the damn game when we're doing it. We be running Jacoby Myers and Davante down the field. I'm faster than Davante Adams right now. I swear to God, I promise you. Like, I'm faster than him right now. He probably runs like a 4.6. And that's if he's just sprinting. Now, when he's running around, he's probably running like 4.8. He be just chilling. So I'm just saying, you can't be trying to go downfield with them guys. Like, unless it's off play action. But when it's just drop back, 3-step, 4-step, 5-step, you got to be able to get the ball out quicker. Does AP stay if he goes at least 5 and 4? It's hard to say. I think, look, put it like this. I'll give you a political answer. I think AP stays if we don't find a better option. But you can't fall in love with the new shiny toy and think that that's the answer to the Raiders' problems, because it's not. It's not. You need a culture. And if you like the culture that AP can provide, then you get AP the job and you get better coordinators around him. Period. Right? Like I said, I don't need my head coach to be the guy calling the plays or be the smartest guy in the room. He just has to be the guy that When he says he'll choke the shit out of you, I believe him. That's the kind of head coach you need in the NFL. You need a head coach that when he says something, you believe him. When he says you can win this game, you believe him. When he says you have to play better to prevent penalties, you believe him. And when you believe your coach, you buy into what you need to do. And you do it, and that becomes successful habits. So at the end of the day, if you think AP gives you that type of culture where the players believe in him, then you keep AP, but you got to go get a way better offensive coordinator. You got to go get a way better offensive line. You got to go get way better defensive tackles. So keeping AP, to me, doesn't change our wins and losses because we had AP today and we still lost. So at the end of the day, keeping AP or not, it's not going to determine wins and losses unless those other things get fixed. Right? And that was the same thing I said about Derek Carr, right? You can get rid of Derek Carr. It doesn't fix our problems because he wasn't the problem. So, you can keep AP, but you got to get better coordinators and better O-line, D-line. I ain't going to do the whole, if Derek Carr was the quarterback, we would have won that game. I'm not going to do that because we already know that to be true. So I don't need to say it. AOC stunk this one up. Defense played lights out. AOC stunk this one up. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because I think that the bar is not where I set the bar for AOC is not where y'all set the bar. So for me, in order for you to stink it up means I think you're going to play at a 10 and you play at a 4. Y'all, you stunk it up. But if I only think you're a 5 and you play at a 4, then you didn't stink it up in my opinion. Yeah, cut Hoyer, get a trade for Jimmy G, keep AO4 as starter and get another rookie kid. I mean, I think you build the offensive line. I think if you're gonna start with a new head coach, if you're gonna keep AP, you got to build the defensive line. You got to build the interior defensive line and O line. You got to build those lines up, build inside out. You have a good enough quarterback to win you games. You have a good running back. You got a good wide receiver. But to me, I won't be surprised if Davante Adams is traded at the end of the year. That would not surprise me. Because with those picks you get from Davante Adams, you probably can build a team. Because I always said this. I always used to say this. You don't need a superstar wide receiver to win a Super Bowl. You don't. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to dip up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. I feel like the attitude of Raider Nation seems to be pretty content with that game. I don't see anybody really going crazy. We all know we had our chances to win, and we just didn't get it done. But, it is what it is, man. I think AOC has to learn, and we're watching him learn. Like, most quarterbacks get to learn playing scout team or taking second-team reps. He's getting to learn right in front of us on live TV. So, it is what it is. Defense is playing well. That's always going to be a positive, always a bonus for us. And look, we got a tough one next week. We're going to see what it is. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. And until the next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.